Hello, my name is Chelsea. I'm a professional fangirl, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the new season of The Walking Dead. This video is going to be in two parts. Part one is going to be me defending Negan, because yes, I do think that is possible. And part two is going to be me fangirling over King Ezekiel because he is just the best. I know that these are two very opposite ideas, but you know what? Let's just dive in and let's get started. So part one, yes, I am going to defend Negan because even though he is a terrible human being, I don't think we can actually be super angry at him from what he's done, because if we look at the history of what Rick has done, you know, what Negan did might have actually been mildly, like, tame. Not good, but, you know, it's kind of actually almost, kind. But see, we need to cycle back to the previous season for you to fully understand what I'm about to say. In the previous season, Rick comes across the Hilltop group. The Hilltop group tells him about the Saviors and how awful they are and all of these things. And Rick is like, okay, let's take care of this terrible crew and then we can establish a trade system and everyone will be okay. Here's the thing. Rick didn't do research. Rick just kind of went in and messed it all up and then figured everything's okay. We did what we needed to do. Whoop-de-doo. Very oversimplified, I know. But that's kind of what it was. It was Hilltop says they're bad. Rick, no research. Rick, kill all sons of bitches. And now we're here. So for thinking about it, Rick killed like a building full of Negan's people with no real evidence or knowledge of who Negan was or like what he was capable of. He just did it. So when we get to the season finale, they're all on their knees and Jeffrey Dean Morgan comes out with Lucille and does this grandstanding. You're like, oh shit, Rick done fucked up. Because he did. He did not think it through. He thought what he was doing was right, which is what Rick does a lot without thinking, which is also kind of problematic, but I've never really found Rick a great leader to begin with, so we're gonna just table that discussion for another day. So, you know, fast forward to the season premiere. It was bloody and torturous and awful, but also, I kinda loved it. I loved it in the way that I love the episode when Carol has to kill Lizzie because, you know, she was a liability. It's not because I love blood, gore, death, and torture. I love it because it puts these actors into positions and they just like, they act their souls out, man. They give these performances that are just achingly brilliant and hard to watch, which is why they're some of the best episodes. Between the devastation and the torture you see on Rick's crew and this persona that is Negan, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, you're so good. So good. Terrifyingly brilliant is how I've been describing him. Anyway, I'm totally sidetracking from my point. Is it okay that Negan totally destroyed Abraham and Glenn? I mean, in a world of a zombie apocalypse, arguably, I think it's okay in the sense that that's kind of the politics of how these groups tend to interact with each other. It's a kill or be killed, show of dominance type structure, which is really unfortunate, and not every community works that way, but that is how Negan has decided to run things, and it's working for him for right now. And you know, if roles were reversed, if Negan had come in and killed a whole bunch of Rick's crew, Rick probably would have done the whole Negan, get on your knees, I'm gonna kill you because you killed my people. Actually, Rick would have done what he already did, not even give Negan's crew a chance. He would just kill them all, which he thought he already did, obviously didn't, because he didn't do his research. If you couldn't tell, I'm really bitter about Rick not doing his research. He didn't ask enough questions. I really don't think he asked enough questions, and that is how we got to where we are. So, defending Negan. Yes, I think it is okay that he bashed in some heads of Rick's crew. Rick should honestly be grateful that Negan didn't do worse. And I know I'm probably gonna get ripped for this opinion, but that's okay. I don't want you to confuse this with me being okay with Negan, because I'm not. I mean, I love the character. He's bringing some life back into the show. I love the character. I love how Jeffrey Dean Morgan is playing him. I'll be interested to see his downfall. Am I sad to lose Glenn and Abraham? Yes, it was devastating. I teared up. There were tears. There were feelings. I felt so sad for Sasha and Maggie. They're both characters that have lost everything. I'm not happy to lose them, but I know why Negan did it. And obviously we know Negan's gonna have his own downfall. So it'll come back to him. And I mean, we are trained to feel sad to lose Abraham and Glenn. And, you know, naturally we're gonna be devastated. I think too hard about fictional characters. It is the curse of being the professional fangirl. It's fine. It is what it is. Okay, so now that I have attempted to articulate my defense of Negan, I want to move seamlessly into part 2 of this video, where I basically just fangirl over King Ezekiel for a few minutes because he's my new favorite character. He just is. The moment we see him on screen, he has such a presence, and he has his tiger Shiva. Oh my god, she's so amazing. I need her to not die. Animals on The Walking Dead don't have a good track record. And I googled her. I know what happens in the comics. I would really like the writers to not do that to her, but I feel like it's inevitable, so fine. Let me lose my favorites. I'm okay. Anyway, King Ezekiel. Oh, he's so much fun. He's such a character, and his interactions with Carol are my favorite because over the course of the hour, you see Ezekiel be this really cool figure that is clearly an act, but it's the last few minutes of the episode where Ezekiel gets real and tells Carol his history of being a zookeeper and how he came across Shiva and basically explains the don't bullshit a bullshitter spiel. It's one of my favorite scenes, I think, so far in this show as a whole. I really dig who he is. I love both King Ezekiel and Ezekiel. And when he lets Carol go and she's there but not there, and he brings her a pomegranate, and I'm sorry, but I ship it a lot. I know people are Daryl Carol shippers. For some reason, everyone keeps shipping her with Morgan. I don't understand that one whatsoever. But Ezekiel and Carol? Yes. I would love it. I think he would bring a really good balance to Carol, who's been kind of all over the map since last season. I really like badass Carol. I knew it was about time for her to have this little mental breakdown of hers of like, I don't kill anymore. And I think Ezekiel will help hopefully unite these Carols and like blend them together. I think this is the first time I've actually shipped her with someone, because I was never a huge Daryl Carol fan, but Ezekiel and Carol, I can get on board with that. Or at least let them have a deep mutual respect, a friendship of some kind that's like more than just little tendrils to pull at, because I feel like Carol's relationships have really devolved over the last few seasons, and I would really like to see her have something more meaningful and stop being the loner that she is since Rick kicked her out of the prison. Which, yeah, that was the start of the devolution of Carol. It's all back to Rick. Rick makes bad choices. He doesn't think. And I don't want to go on that tangent because Rick as a character, I would actually be okay if he was killed off. I am going to start a tangent and I refuse to do that. So anyway, to circle back, Negan is defensible, Ezekiel is my new favorite character, and that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video ends up making more sense than I think it's going to. Hopefully my movie magic put all of my ramblings together coherently for mass consumption. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!